Okay, well, I am back to classy hostel living. This next couple of days, Cubbie and I have come to Barcelona, and they're trying to do it on the Jeep, of course. So we booked this hostel. We're in like this dorm room with like 24 beds, which is insane. But it's actually, it's not that late yet, but like there's a lot of people that's like in there asleep. No one's snoring yet, so. Plus I've got my handy dandy hostel survival kit, mask, and earplugs, so I'll be fine. Anyway, it's like 14 bucks a night or something. Anyway, so it's just nice to have it be cheap. Like, we're not going to spend much time here, just needed a place to sleep. That's why I'm in the hall, all the racket down there. Today was an amazing day. This morning, Andrea and Hannah and I got up at our classy, changes from last night. Last night I went to a golf club. Tonight I'm in a hostel. Anyway, we got up this morning and we went walking on the golf course, and we actually found this big, huge, like, house. Well, and we were like, what is that? And we walked around the front and we figured out it was like a school. And then it was like beautiful. It's like Hogwarts little brother. I don't know. It was like this incredible house. So when we got back to like check out, we talked to the lady at the front desk, and she said that used to be the manor house, like the main house of that land, and then the golf course was the farm, and then the place where we were staying were the farmhouses or whatever, like the farm rooms. So so gorgeous. So I had a lovely walk this morning, and then dropped Andrea off at the airport, took Hannah to her bus, and then I returned to rental car and got myself to the airport, where I met up with Cubbie. I was there like 2 hours early, which, really was unnecessary. It's a pretty quiet airport from Gatwick. So I was like getting stressed. I'm like, maybe I'm going to Barcelona alone, because Cubbie still hadn't showed up. But then she comes through, but she showed up like 5 minutes before we were boarding our flight that was a little bit delayed, thank goodness, and was like sweating. That's crazy. I guess the train that typically comes down here wasn't running or something, which is weird because it's Saturday. But anyway, so she got there, and we were able to meet up and get on our flight, get down to Barcelona. We got to Barcelona, and we're sitting in the airport, and then we booked our sweet hostel. And then Cubbie is just much more like friendly than I am, which is a good thing, because there had been these Irish boys sitting behind us on the plane, and she was like, we should see if we share a taxi with them. And I'm like, oh, we'll just figure out the bus or whatever. And she was like, no, I'll go ask them. So she went and asked them, and we shared a taxi because we were both coming into central London, which turned out was lucky for them, because these two boys live near Gatwick Airport and work there, and so they had just come over for the night, and they didn't, I don't know what exactly, anyway, both of their phones were dead, so they had booked a hotel, but they didn't know where it was, and so luckily Cubbie had a charger that they could use to figure out where they were going, so it turned out to be lucky for them. And then they ended up paying for our taxi, which was so nice, because we it was like going to be like 35 pounds or euros or something, so we were going to just give them we got out earlier, so we were just going to give them a 20 to pay for it, and they were like, oh, no, we got it. And we're like, that was nice, we got a free ride, thanks, Cubbie. Got to our hostel, found it was a little bit crazy, but, it's a hostel, what do you expect? And then we went into town, because our taxi driver told us that the magic fountains were going off tonight. They have these fountains in front of this big museum that have colored lights and dance to music. So we went down, took the bus, always an adventure, and watched some street performers doing incredible things with breakdancing. Man, I wish I could breakdance. There's like 95 things I'd have to do before I could breakdance, so that's probably not going to happen in my lifetime, but I will be an appreciator of breakdancing. So we watched these kids breakdance for a while, and then watched the fountains, which were lovely. Like, lots of colored lights, like the Bellagio does. Just the big water cannons and stuff. These weren't nearly as tall, but they played some Disney music, a little bit of classical. It was fun. And then we hiked up a million stairs to the top of right in front of the museum, and there's just a stunning view of the whole city. And it's of course a lot warmer here than it was in London, so like I had my coat on, but it was like very comfortable. Oh, and again, we'd stopped and got some tapas as well. So we had just a lovely evening, and now we've come back here to cozy into our snuggly little hostel. I mean, whatever, we'll sleep fine, it'll be great. Fun to be in a Spanish-speaking country, super fun to be with Cubbie. Just really, really happy to be here. It's going to be such a fun time.